My name's Rike. I'm a research associate at Newcastle, but today I'll be talking about something slightly different. Also, if you're a man, you're allowed to listen, so feel free not to switch off. So I'm going to talk a bit about how women are represented in the R community, and then I'm going to talk about R Ladies Global and then what our plans are. Okay, so if we look at the STEM community overall, about 40% are women. So we might expect that 40% of our users are women as well. I don't actually know that. I'm not sure anyone has any data on that kind of thing. But then if we look at some other metrics, there are definitely not as many women. So about 9% of package authors are women, which is obviously not very much. And if we look at past user conferences, that's kind of roughly how many women there were. So that's not exactly 40% either. I mean, it's gone up between 2015 and 2016, but I haven't found any more recent data. Actually, today looks pretty good. I think there are quite a few women here and quite a few women presenting, so just wanted to shout out to the organizers. I think they've done a good job there. And then if we look at user groups, so again, this is data from user. It seems that there are many more men attending local user group meetings than women. Obviously, there might be all kinds of reasons for that. But one way to try and address this balance is through our ladies. And the reason we might want to address this, I think it's pretty obvious. I mean, we've heard some great women talk today. And obviously, there must be many more women who might be great at giving talks or contributing more, and maybe they're not. So what could we do about that? So our ladies. It's quite an amazing thing how it really all started and how far it got. So the first Our Ladies group started in 2012, and it sort of grew very slowly, and by 2016 there were 4 groups. They didn't have an awful lot to do with each other, but then they decided to join forces, set up a global Our Ladies group and provide resources to other groups. And their mission is essentially to increase the gender diversity in the R community. And not just for women, but also for other genders that are not so well represented. So 4 chapters in 2016, and the aim was to create these local meetup groups that are essentially run for women and by women. And it's grown a little bit since then. So now there are over 44,000 members. And in fact, I had to update the slide a few times this week because the number kept going up. And there are 148 groups now, so that's quite a big increase in just under 3 years, and across 45 countries. There is a nice shiny app you can look at, you can see all the groups, and you can find the links to their meetup pages, and so you can see, I mean, as you would probably expect, there's a bit of a bias towards Europe and North America, but there really are groups popping up all over the place. Should you not have the fortune to live in Newcastle, you can also join other groups in the UK, so I've put those up. Are there any other R Ladies from other chapters here? Anyone? A few hands? Okay, great stuff. But yeah, have a look at the shiny app and you can find your local group. So we've started to set up a local group as well. It's all very recent, and I'm just going to try and point out all the people because most of them are actually in the room now. Actually, Lauren, who's on first picture, she's not. But we have Louise over there. So Louise is a research associate in biodiversity conservation. We have Danielle, also over there. They're sort of clustered over there. Danielle's a lecturer in linguistics. We have Jess over there, who's doing a PhD on sociality in carnivores, and also an R dog lady for obvious reasons. And then we have Aoife over there, and Aoife is a government statistician. So you can see there's a bit of a bias towards academia there, but we might be able to address that over time. So what's the plan? Well, we're going to have meetups, obviously, for women and minority genders. And there's going to be a mixture of talks. There will be some tutorials, but also social events. And we're probably being quite ambitious. We're going to try and meet every month on the first Tuesday. And the first meeting will be in the Ridley building, which is on the Newcastle University campus. It's probably not the best space, but we are going to hopefully have a better room for the second meeting. and the first meetup will be on the 7th of May. We also have some leaflets somewhere outside, so if you haven't got time to write all that down or take a picture of it, then just find that. Yeah, and if you want to come, just RSVP on the meetup page. So how can you help if you would like to help, which of course would be great. So you could obviously attend our meetings or also offer to present at our meetings, which would be excellent. If you have a lot of money, feel free to sponsor us. Or, you know, if you work for a company who might need to, I don't know, improve their diversity image or something like that, then you could ask them if they could sponsor us. But if you don't have access to such things, you can also just help us by spreading the word. Follow us on Twitter, retweet what we do, and encourage people that you know might benefit from that to attend. So we are all around. By the way, we're all wearing these purple T-shirts, as you might have already noticed. So if you have any questions or if you want to chat to us, then just come and say hi. Thank you.